baby drama, big return and shock exit. 10 Emmerdale spoilers for after Emma and Finn Barton death week. Emmerdale has just aired a big week composed of a double death, a series of stunts and a surprise birth, so you would be forgiven for thinking that things were about to quieten down. Well, let us reassure you on that score, as the Dales heads for an explosive winter. We have returns, reunions, schemes, shock exits, tension, intrigue and passion, and that's just the stuff we're currently allowed to talk about. As Emmerdale looks beyond the long-running Emma Barton saga, those left behind deal with mammoth consequences, while other storylines in the village are also bubbling to the surface in a big way. Here is a roundup of the big stuff ahead over coming months. Cain's big decision. Moira has given birth to what turns out to be his baby, and this leaves Cain in a bit of turmoil. Having fallen for Harriet and developed a long-term relationship with her, he is adamant that there is no future for himself and Moira, baby or no baby. But Harriet sees past this and knows that the pair have far too much history to ignore this whopping development. Especially as Moira starts to struggle with being a mum again a year on from Holly's death, she might need Cain more than ever. Will Cain take on board a reluctant Harriet's suggestion that they call things off and he concentrates on Moira and the baby? Or will Cain remain determined that the Coira ship has sailed? Pete and Ross in Meltdown. Picture, ITV. The Bartons are once again kicking off winter by being consumed by grief and with their family dropping like flies. Ross and Pete will struggle to deal with what happened to Emma. As Finn's funeral dawns, the brothers will face tension and turn on each other, but they need one another more than either cares to admit. Can they put their differences aside and work together to move past this, or is there fresh heartbreak ahead? And will Pete discover that Ross was at the scene of Emma's death at one stage? Goodbye Adam. He has managed to avoid being framed for Finn's death after being caught emerging from the woods with the gun used to shoot him, so that's a relief, but don't go expecting Adam's troubles to be over, as a dramatic exit lies ahead. He has just reunited with Victoria, but given that she isn't going anywhere that we know of, what will tear them apart this time? Will recent events with Moira and Emma play a part? Or could Victoria and Adam's desire to start a family be the catalyst for fresh pain? We know that Adam isn't being killed off, so that's something, but a turn of events will see him depart the village in some form. And given that the woman he loves, his mother and his best mate are all in the Dales, we can't imagine he just jumps into a taxi for a new life without some form of drama first. Vanessa's passion. You know when you get locked in a cellar and get drunk with someone you hate and you end up snogging their face off? Annoying, isn't it? Vanessa finds herself completely thrown after sudden passion with Charity, and scheming Charity takes great delight in milking her awkwardness. With Charity exposing what happened between them in public, Vanessa is forced against her will to confront her sexuality, but is she ready to accept who she is, or will her confusion overwhelm her? Robert's scheme leads to a dramatic exit. Robert's cunning games are set to step up a gear as he remains as determined as ever to get his hands on Home Farm, and it is set to see Lawrence bow out as everything comes to a head. Robert uses his fake company RTB to engineer an investment attempt, but will someone start to smell a rat? He may have Rebecca fooled, but could Lachlan and Chrissy become a thorn in his side? With pregnant Rebecca's due date drawing closer too, it's set to be a busy time ahead for Robert, but will becoming a dad change things for him? Or is his endgame his prime focus? And just how far is he prepared to go to get the Whites out of the estate? There's festive hope for Oberyn. Producer Ian MacLeod has promised the weirdest episode that the soap has ever done, and it will be a Robert and Aaron-centric, with a surprise cameo and an experimental style. Christmas Day is set to be one to remember for Oberyn fans, with romance, intrigue and drama in equal measure. Will this be what draws the estranged couple back together? Or is there a longer road still to tread before the promised wedding next summer? Chaz comes home. Lucy Pargeter is back filming with Emmerdale, and Chaz comeback will see her drawn back into Paddy's radar. Paddy has given up on his hopes of a reunion with Rona, but he and Chaz are set to try yet again, but will it be as disaster-prone as ever? And are they truly right for one another? Chaz will also have other issues to confront as she catches up with Erin and lifts situations, and also has some unfinished business with her mum Faith. Jimmy's turbulent time. Jimmy and Nicola are gearing up for a big storyline of their own which will tap into Jimmy's heritage as a character with a lot going for him. With Jimmy aware of his own lack of self-worth and fearing Nicola feels the same, he will make some decisions that will upset certain residents of the village. Exactly what lies in store for the couple remains to be seen, but this is set to be more than a standard Jimmy and Nicola comedy romp from the sounds of it. Will Debbie fall for Tom? We have seen Debbie and Tom play some significant games with one another, and as the pair continue to mix business with pleasure, it remains to be seen whether there's love, lust or heartbreak ahead for Debbie. Or, just as likely, all three. Tom is ambitious, and it's clear that he and his associate Graham have some skeletons in their closet. But could they be set to be the new owners of Home Farm? A challenging issue-based story lies ahead. Emmerdale have run some strong and challenging issue-led storylines in the past year, with Ashley's dementia and Rona's rape at the hands of her evil husband Pierce prompting huge discussions and providing platforms for difficult topics to be raised. Ian has hinted that a story of similar magnitude will kick off early in the new year, but so far the details remain under wraps over who is involved and what they will face.